Good, so alright, now we are working on my G&P M4, which is my little custom beauty right here. Basically, this gun started off as a backup G&P M4 that I bought used and has been upgraded over time. Mostly it's still just G&P all the way under the hood, even down to the hop-up unit and everything else. It does have an Angel Custom barrel in it, and things like that. I do need to change out the buffer tube in stock, because the one that's on here is not the one for this gun. I just had to use it because I needed a bigger stock for the battery I was using. So now, I'm going to be taking apart this one. Yay! And yes, I did do the custom paint job on this rifle. It was one of the first guns I've ever painted, so it turned out a lot better than it probably should have. Set the upper receiver to the side. And just to show what this gun is actually doing, which odds are it might actually work for the first time, but I doubt it. Nope, it's not actually locked up inside the piston, which makes me think, because I can feel the motor trying to turn over, that it might actually be the motor that's in here. Because I can feel it whenever I pull the trigger that it's trying to turn, but it's not quite doing anything. And the piston is partially pulled back. And from what I've seen in the past, the tappet plate can also be a cause of this. But normally the piston won't go at all back if it's the tappet plate. So first I'm going to try a different motor and see if that fixes the problem. Just to see. Because if so, that would actually make my job a lot easier if it's just a motor. But odds are it's not. I'm actually glad that we had these few snow days, because I had a few exams that were supposed to happen over the past couple days at my university, and they didn't end up happening, so I have more free time to get all of my teching done for the week, so that I don't run into Friday night right before a game working on like 8 different guns. Which I've done multiple times in the past, and has normally kept me up until like 2 in the morning. This thing has like no torque left in it, which sort of bugs me a bit. So what I'm going to do is, since I know the motor in Stumpy works, I'm going to take the motor out of it, try it in the G&P, see if I can get it to at least fire. If not, I know it's in the gearbox. Since I know this motor is actually a very nice, almost new motor, since as soon as I got my VFC Scar, the gun that this motor came out of, I replaced it immediately. So this motor has only been used in Stumpy, and Stumpy's only been used in maybe 1 or 2 games. One of those games wasn't even me. It was a friend of mine, John Dow's, who used it. Now this motor plate doesn't want to come off. There we go. Plus, I'm also doing this motor rather than one of my other ones, just because I'm going to have to take this gun apart anyway, so might as well start it off. So I'm just going to drop the VFC motor right into the G&P. Like so. Reattach motor plate. And see if it fires. Which it does. So that means I have narrowed down the problem already, which that actually makes this gun quite easy. It just means I'm going to have to buy a new motor for it, which I don't exactly have the money for right now. I might be able to piece together one. I have enough motor parts laying around. I might be able to get one working with a motor can and things like that. But that actually makes this gun a very easy fix. So if you guys are having a jam-up problem and your piston is not all the way back, if you were to take off the upper receiver and you notice that your piston is not all the way back and it's still just not firing at all, try a different motor, maybe one of your friend's motors that you know work or anything else like that, and then see if you can get it to fire. If that's the case, then you know what you need to replace. Otherwise, if it is locked all the way back, odds are you have a broken gear tooth or something else. If it's all the way forward, as in you can't see the piston at all in the window, and it's still not firing at all, and your wires are getting fairly hot, if you try and repeatedly fire it and nothing happens, then try changing your tappet plate. I've also seen that be a factor. So hopefully this was informative for some of you guys. I realize it was a bit of a shorter video as far as my tech videos go. I'm actually really glad that it was just the motor, because that means the gearbox that I have spent a very long time tuning and everything else is not in any kind of damage or anything else like that. So that makes me sort of happy knowing that it's just a motor. Those are easy to replace, and they don't require hours of tech work to fix. So that actually makes me extremely happy, knowing that it's that simple. I didn't even have to take the whole gun apart. I could almost put the gun back together and then just wait for Stumpy and then get a new motor for Stumpy. But I don't know yet. But anyways, I hope this helped you guys out a little bit. Let me see if I have any other guns that need working on currently. I do. I have my G3. So after this video, I'm going to be doing some work on my custom G3 because it is also locking up, and I'm going to make sure that I get that one situated. But I'm going to go ahead, put this one back together while this video is still going. And I noticed that my buffer tube's loose, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten that. Make sure that's on there nice and tight. Actually, no, I just realized why it's not. Because my body pin has to be put in first. Just because it pulls the gearbox a little too tight when I try and put a body pin in. This body pin is ridiculously stubborn, and I still don't know why. Or it's not going to go in at all. That works too. Oh well, I'll get that situated another time. I'll go ahead and put the gun back together though. Where is my little... There we go. Just because I forgot to put that in there the last time I put this gun together. There we go. Is that pin gonna go in yet? Probably not. It actually did. Good. Now I can tighten my buffer tube. Anyways, I still have a few more videos as far as gameplay that I need to go through and edit, so I'll probably be doing that later tonight. Alright, just to make sure that it didn't jinx me. Good. Alright, so this has been the G&P M4. I probably will do another video on this eventually. It just depends on when I end up wanting to upgrade it. Right now, I think it's shooting about 370 on a 0.25 gram. And on a fully charged battery, the battery I've been using has been on a very low charge. So, I guess I'll just do another video whenever I decide to do something else with this gun. But thank you guys for watching. I will have probably one more video coming up today as far as tech videos. I will be doing a video over my G3. And if I decide to, I might do a disassembly, reassembly informational video on my high kappa. But I'm not sure about that just yet. But thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helped you guys out if you had a similar problem. And I'll see you guys next time.